Hi everyone, this is Joy. Thank you so much for watching. Today's project is for Spellbinders, and I'm going to show you how I created some colorful flowers using the Glimmer hot foil. Now I'm super excited also because I'm using Yana's new Special Sentiments and the Diamond Floral frame from Yana's Blooming Birthday collection. So here are the Diamond Floral frames. You have your Glimmer frame, and then you have two different size die cuts. I'm actually going to be using the smaller die cut for the card today. And here are the beautiful leaves and flowers. So you've got your Glimmer plates here. Then you also have the coordinating dies, which is fantastic. So I'm going to be using different colors of Glimmer foil to make this card colorful. I have a piece of 120-pound cardstock. This is Simon Says Stamp white cardstock. I'm centering my Glimmer foil plate in the center of my paper. First, I'm going to show you how I'm going to cut my foil. This is the foil cutter from Spellbinders. I will have that listed and linked below. This thing is so fantastic and so easy. This foil that I'm using here is my Starburst foil, and I'm using it with a thin lined diamond frame, but you actually will see the variations in it, which gives your card interest. So I put down my die cut. I'm using the grid on top. My little blade goes in between. I'm just measuring how much I need of the foil, sliding it down and cutting it. I'm going to show you how I'm going to cut that some more in just a little bit, but it was really super easy. So I'm centering this diamond glitter plate, and I'm going to make a little hinge here. That way, if it doesn't foil all the way correctly, I can just keep it in the same place and add my foil in. So I'm adding my foil. I'm going to trim off any little bit of excess that's just kind of hanging over because I want to be able to add another piece of tape down so this doesn't shift and slides. That way that Glimmer plate doesn't shift and slide. So I'm just using a little bit of purple tape. Adhering that down, I'm going to put that onto my Glimmer hot foil system you see there until that gets nice and hot. Then I'll run that through my die cut machine, which is what I'm doing now. I have the Spellbinders Platinum 6 die cut machine, and I'm running that through, taking this off. I'm going to peel back that tape, and now we've got this great little diamond shape in the center. I want to add two more diamonds. They're going to overlap. Those two on the sides are going to meet in the center and give a really pretty design. So I'm going to adhere this down the same way I did for that middle one, but of course part of this Glimmer plate will be hanging off the side of the card there. But I'm making sure that it's fairly even. You could measure it. I'm more of an eyeball person, so I did not measure it. So again, I've got my cutting mat here. I lay my foil down. I add the little grid on top that has, where you have all those lines, it has little slits, and I'm just using my foil cutter. You get a paper cutter and a foil cutter, sliding it down through that groove and cutting the foil paper. Super simple, super easy. So again, just trimming that off, taping down my foil, taping down the Glimmer plate. Make sure you do not add tape to your existing foil because it will peel it off. Now here I'm doing this again on the other side, just trimming off that little bit so I can add some more tape there. And now the third one is done. We've got this great design. Now I was off a little bit, so I just trimmed my paper down a little bit more. It was really no big deal to make it look even. I'm adding the little flower Glimmer plates to my Glimmer foil system, adding the foil down, then my piece of paper on it. Once it's heated up, running it through my die cut machine. I'm going to do that a few times, and I'm making 4 different colors of flowers. I'm using Skybright, Magenta, Pink, and Moondust, and I'm going to use the coordinating dies to cut those out. I'm also using gold for the leaves, and again using the coordinating dies for those. Now this foil set, this is Yana's Special Sentiments. You've got some great sentiments in here. You've got some beautiful scripty ones, and then you have those straight ones. The scripty ones have coordinating dies, and the one that I'm using for this card says, "You are a wonderful friend." I'm using the Starburst foil for this. I'm going to lay that foil little Glimmer plate down, foil, or the Glimmer plate side up, if that makes sense. Laying the pretty foil side down to that, my piece of paper, running that through, and then I'm going to use the coordinating die here. The reason why I'm not taping that down, because it didn't matter where it was on the piece of paper because I had coordinating dies. I did the same thing with the flowers, so it didn't have to be taped down into a certain spot on my cardstock. So now that that's done, we've got this great little sentiment with the coordinating die. So now I'm using some vellum. I'm using that smallest die cut that came in the Diamond Floral frame. And I'm running that through my die cut machine because I want that center diamond to stand out a little bit. So just by adding a little bit of foil makes all the difference. I didn't want to cover that up completely, so you'll kind of see a little bit of the foil through that. Now here are all of the flowers and the leaves. I'm just using some liquid glue, and I'm just gluing them down to two sides of this diamond. Then I'm going to add some foam tape behind where the flowers are, so you won't see that adhesive. So I like to lay out my card pieces ahead of time to see really where I want all of the elements to be, and then I just come in and use the glue and adhere them down. And as you can see here, we've got all of these different beautiful colors. Like I said at the beginning, I created colorful flowers just using the foil, using two kinds of pinks and two kinds of blues, but because they're different tones and shades, you have 4 different colors. So it really turned out super, super pretty. So here's where I'm putting that foam tape. Again, just keeping it behind those flowers so you don't see any of the adhesive. And I wanted this to pop off the center to have dimension. I'm going to center that in, and because it's smaller than the Glimmer frame, you get to see that, still get to see that Glimmer frame in the back. And I really liked that. I liked that this was a smaller die. Isn't that really super pretty? It gives that centerpiece that frosted look from the Vellum. I'm adding foam tape behind the sentiment. I'm going to just center that right in the middle, covering up some of those flowers, but I think it just turned out so, so pretty. Now this was trimmed down, this card panel was trimmed down about 1/4 inch on all sides. So I'm going to adhere a piece of gold mirror cardstock to an A2 sized white card base, and then add my card panel in the center of that. So now this has a pretty gold frame, just kind of carries in with the gold diamond glimmer foil designs in the back. And then I'm just going to finish this off with a little bit of Studio Katia's Gold Fever Confetti. This is kind of shimmery, kind of like that Starburst in the back, and so I thought it went very well together. And look at how beautiful this is. You've got all the colorful flowers, you've got a beautiful simple design in the back with the Glimmer foil diamond frames, and then that wonderful sentiment from Yana's Special Sentiments. I want to thank you guys so very much for stopping by and watching. I appreciate you so much. If you like what you've seen, please subscribe to my channel, comment, thumbs up, and like, and head back to my channel. I'll have some more videos for you soon. Bye.